Letoya Luckett, girl. This Letoya Luckett stuff, I didn't want to believe it at first, honey. And if you ain't read the story, check it out on KingofReach.com. Did I say that right? Letoya Luckett, girl, is going through it, honey. Her husband, what is his name? Tommicus Walker, apparently has had an affair, honey, and it was recorded, allegedly. Ooh, Letoya Luckett's husband hasn't admitted to cheating on his wife, but it doesn't look good. Let's get into it. Come on, Cassius. The past weekend, Letoya Luckett had a wonderful baby shower. No Beyonce didn't show up to this one, but something big did happen. A woman, supposedly an Instagram model, posted a series of videos to Twitter, which she claimed were of her and Tommicus girl, Walker, Letoya's husband. Yes, they were in an adult nature, girl. So I hate that for Letoya. I ain't never seen Letoya say nothing wrong. I ain't never seen nothing, but girl, this is Mexican messy boots. Oh, in the words of my girl, what's her name, Simone. Now he's came out and he said the devil is busy and all that. The devil is busy and will not win. Please pray for my family and especially my wife while she's praying. This too shall pass. Therefore, what God has joined together. Girl, the girls love to quote God when they do something wrong or something wrong is going on. So I hope that this ain't true. But I would not be surprised because men don't surprise me at all, girl. They don't. I hate that for Letoya. I don't know if she posted anything on Instagram or anything on social media after this, but girl, doing a pregnancy, girl, it's getting weird. So I want to talk about Lauryn Hill and her daughter, girl. Woo! This has been a little hard for me because I love Lauryn Hill. I grew up listening to her, but this subject is very. So Lauryn Hill's daughter, Selah Marley, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, she was on Instagram and she talked about her childhood, she talked about her upbringing, and she just talked about how abusive it was. And mainly, and some black folks still don't really think that by disciplining their child, like with a belt and all that and switches and stuff, some folks still don't think that is abusive. I think it is. I believe it is. But a lot of folks, you know, say, hey girl, they got to discipline them. But if you go back and look at the rules, girl, it's some questionable stuff. But she talked about that, and Lauryn Hill didn't like it. She responded and she posted it on Facebook, and she had this to say: the discipline was seen through the lens of a young child who also had no place to reconcile me as a mom and me as a larger-than-life public figure. If I'm guilty of anything, it is discipline in anger, not in disciplining. The toxic venom I ingested, standing on principle and confronting systematic racism far before it was the thing to say or do, everything you now celebrate everyone for. The people who call me crazy and have yet to apologize say, oh yeah, we were wrong. Of course, that seeped into my home. An entire operation trying to break an artist with a voice and knowledge of herself way ahead of her time was in motion. I was affected. My family was affected. My children were affected. Wow. I think that Lauryn Hill is making some points, but I think she's still not holding herself accountable and saying, hey girl, you know, I was wrong. But she kind of like moved the blame somewhere else, which I understand when the blame is placed towards this and what she was facing. And I caught the shade. You said everything y'all celebrate these girls for now, I was already doing it. But Lauryn Hill, you was still out here doing some massaging too, girl. You was out here, you was participating in the massage noir, where, you know, you telling folks not to get their body and all that, but there was a different era now, like we get it. This was kind of, this was some public stuff, and I hate when stuff gets public like this, but I can tell Lauryn Hill was dealing with a lot. I think, you know, her daughter was even talking about that her mother did not like her son, one of the sons that reminded her of, you know, her ex-husband, her husband at the time. Girl, this is a lot. This is a lot. Girl, I just, Rohan Marley responded to her daughter's clarification video from a verified Instagram account, writing in the comments, I love you, my lioness. The truth might be an offense, but it's not a sin. I love you, totally understand what you mean, Abba. Now, sis has came out and shaded her father a couple of times on Instagram, and I think she even mentioned that she has her father blocked on social media. So girl, this is a lot going on, honey. Family stuff, what do y'all think? girl, you know what? I really don't want to even know what y'all think about like disciplining your kids and all that other stuff. 'Cause I be having conversations with other folks like, girl, I don't think that's it. But, whew, I think that is something we need to have a conversation about in the black community. I feel like we've had a couple of conversations about it, but we've never really dived into it like too deep. And it needs to be an ongoing conversation. It don't need to be happening one time. It needs to be like I need to see some stuff happening because these children carry on this pain. I was disciplined in the same way when I was a child, and I wasn't disciplined that much, but I did experience some of it. And I think not even the discipline for that, it was me being made guilty or felt like I was gonna burn in hell for being queer. I think that was the most that affected me, like the trauma of me thinking that at such an early age because I had no idea. But you know, I don't think there's no blueprint of how to raise kids, but I think if you're gonna be a parent, you have to be receptive of everything. You have to be paying attention because you don't want to do anything that can be damage your child 10, 15, 20 years from now when they're older. And then they resent you. And that's a lot. Like this is like black folks deal with a lot. They have to deal with so much. Whoo, girl. But I hope that they can work that out together because us seeing it publicly is a lot, girl. Let's move on and talk about some other stuff. I'm happy that Boosie Instagram has been deleted. Boosie Badass got his Instagram deleted, suspended. Thank you. I know that there is something existing. Lil Boosie has been on Instagram doing the absolute most. Now he's on Twitter going off and saying, Mark Zuckerberg, you need to unblock me, or well, you need to unsuspend my account or bring me back, and da 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 da. Like I was out here doing stuff before. Boosie, you should have been gone. They should have deleted your account a year ago, honestly. But now, you know, if you want to do all that, girl, take your butt to Twitter. Twitter is more for that. Just change your stuff to be in the settings where you can post stuff like that, so I can make a sense of the image. But you was doing too much on Instagram Live. You was doing way too much on Instagram Live. So I am so thankful that they deleted his account because it should have been gone, honestly. So I want to go ahead and end this video talking about one thing I learned while I got my facial. Let's talk about Fenty Beauty. A lot of people have been talking about it for like the last 2 weeks since the product dropped. Fenty Beauty Skin, Rihanna dropped the Fenty Skin line. And a lot of folks have been using it. A lot of people purchased it. And the girls were having conflicting, you know, accounts of what's going on. They're like, girl, look, the skin, it ain't work for my skin, but it did work for me. After talking to my esthetician, shout out to her over at Asia Rose, she gave me some really good insight, and I actually went and researched some of the stuff that she was saying and paid attention. Like, sis knows her stuff. She's a nurse and an esthetician, like, whole black nurse. We stand, honey. Like, I love her. Thank you. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, boo. Y'all see what she did for my skin. Just in the stuff that she told me about and the 2 treatments I've gotten from her, my skin looks flawless compared to what it did 2 months ago. Y'all know, girl, my skin was scars everywhere. People were talking about it. They said, oh, girl, it's the HIV. Girl, they was making all types of jokes about my skin. She stressed out. And it wasn't even that because I was drinking water way before then. And I was doing other stuff. So within a week or two of using the stuff that she told me to use, my skin had gotten better. And it's not flaking. It's not dry as much. And she treated my skin like black skin. The reason why I am saying this is because a lot of people are selling products and calling them like skin products, but it's only for a certain type. Now, if you look at the overall demographic and stuff, folks gonna be selling stuff to mainstream, and mainstream is very much white. White folks have more disposable income than black folks and brown folks. So I'm gonna make some product that white people can use because they don't want to spend the most money. And I want my black folks to use it too, but I want to be able to sell some stuff. And I'm not saying that Fenty Skin is doing that, but when we're talking about skin products that is for black folks, and we got black folks all in the campaign and all that, are the chemicals being used in this product for black skin? That's what we need to. I don't need to see your black folks that you got in the campaign. That is beautiful, love that. But where are these black folks working on the chemicals and stuff that's going in, all the botanical stuff that's going? What is that? And she also informed me and said that anytime you got folks putting all these bells and whistles like fragrance making it the skin stuff glittery and all that and glossy and all beautiful, that's because they not using as much as the expensive stuff in the product. And she said that looking at some of the stuff that was in there, it's not good for black folks' skin. And when we say that, we're talking about black folks as a whole. Now, yes, a couple of black folks' skin will probably be fine with that, but overall, it's not the best for black folks. And like there are certain things that we cannot use, certain stuff that we can't even do with our skin that white folks do with their skin. And I researched and I was like, yeah, you are right. And when I look at the skin products and stuff that I use, girl, she's done me wonders. And I have used other folks' stuff. People who be selling stuff on Twitter, call themselves the skin gods and all these folks. I don't know if there's anybody's name on Twitter or Instagram or social media, but folks who call themselves like skin folks and all that. And their products be having stuff that's not beneficial for black folks. So, and I was using somebody's stuff and it made my skin worse. So, and honestly, I'm seeing all these folks who are brand ambassadors for Fenty Skin. It seems like they're more interested in being next to Rihanna versus making sure this stuff is good for black folks. So you got to be very cautious of folks who are out here, oh my gosh, yes, Rihanna, slay, that means that they'll be scared to critique any of the product because they don't want to mess up their relationship with this. Like you cannot be following folks who idolizing folks like that. You cannot, and that's a lot what I was seeing, like folks were pressed boots about that. Like this stuff is good, I don't know what's going on with y'all skin, that's y'all fault. But baby, pay attention. I love Rihanna down, love her down, but she is still a capitalist at heart and she out here making money. That's what the overall thing is. And Rihanna, it's probably surrounded around a lot of folks who's just trying to make sure they making profit. That's what it is. Let me make the most cheapest stuff as much so I can cut costs to sell it. That's how capitalism works. I spent $6 on this and sell it to you for $35. Like I spent $6 on making it, all of that, and sell it for $25. Yes, you need to be paid for your labor, but then also, who other labor are you skipping out so you can make a big profit off of? Because if you out here paying workers minimum wage and all this to make it in factories and all that, what does that say? Not saying that's what Rihanna does with Fenty, but I would not be surprised because there's a lot of other folks do with their skincare products. Like we got whole $200-300 shoes that have been made in China and folks been paid $20 a day to make it. Like it's the capitalism for me. But I would not use the Fenty Skin. For the folks who have used it, I want to know your results. Let me know in the comments, girl. Like this is not an attack on Rihanna because I know some folks are like, no. This is an attack on the skincare, like whole thing, the whole, what do you call that? The whole skincare thing, like this $1 billion empire that folks have been making money off of folks, you know, selling them glam and all that. Like you too can look like this. And then I also been asking the question, why are so many people who do have the skincare companies and running skincare, why are they all lighter skin? I can't name too many darker skin folks who have their own skin lines. And that's like somebody named Angela Bassett, that's not her skin line that she's been used as a ambassador for and been used as a person to, hey girl, but why is that? Like we would be critiquing other countries, they be having folks, light skin folks selling product, bleaching cream, but we doing the same thing here. They might not be selling bleaching cream, but they selling the idea to look like this. Get into it. I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for listening to me, paying attention to me. Let me know how y'all feel about the videos that I've done in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.
I'm a boot. She's a cat. Boots, cats, boots, cats, boots, cats, boots, cats.